I'm Mark Evans with Google, Head of Marketplace Intelligence, and just concluded the IAB annual conference. Enjoyed it very much. Thought it was a great conference. It advanced a lot of the thinking in areas that we think are important, such as the data issues and audience-based selling, as well as a lot of discussion on platform efficiencies and creative efficiencies. One of the areas I hope to see the IAB perhaps develop further is a discussion of the issues of publishers and data rights access across a much broader construct other than just the IAB members. There are a lot of influences outside the IAB that's affecting what we discuss here, and I don't see a lot of those voices and thinking represented in a lot of these presentations. A lot of the discussion is around IAB sites sharing data with advertisers, but there's a lot of new influences on our business, such as data coming from third-party offline sources, data coming from various devices like cameras and cell phones, data coming from services that aren't classical media services like Twitter. These will all be important data sources and signals that the media industry is going to use to better target. These kinds of thoughts don't seem to be entering into some of the discussions and thinking. It seems to be still a very much a website to advertiser type of model in the thinking here. There are also 300 million publishers out there that are having a huge impact on the publishers represented in the IAB. The influence of those publishers as far as contributing data to media targeting, things like that, are not, again, I'm not seeing that reflected in a lot of the discussions and thinking here. Google is looking at the entire marketplace together and trying to find various efficiencies and different definitions of things like inventory. Classic definition of verticals, sports site as a sports audience, are getting somewhat antiquated. We need to look at the definition of inventory by how it's delivered, what the audience base is, what the contextuality of it is, even what the CPM value is. So redefinition of inventory, redefinition of the type of advertisers. I mean, it's an entire reconstruct of what's going on the internet is something that we're very interested in. And these are the things we look for when we come to these meetings, is look for signals that development's ongoing. Marketplace intelligence is very analytical. It's a business intelligence function. Therefore, we see a lot of data. We see a lot of relationships at a large scale that can benefit not only our own organization, but a lot of the people, partners of our organization. And so our teams, our analysts are often out on joint calls with some of the major agencies and advertisers on a regular basis, helping them understand what we're seeing so that they can be a better partner for Google. A lot of publishers and a lot of agencies are trying to understand what some of the latest techniques are, some of the best practices of some of the thought leaders in the industry. And so we see a lot of that thinking. We in fact help facilitate that, help those thought leaders work through some of these models. And so a lot of other agencies want to understand what we're learning and what we're hearing from people in the field, in the industry. So we help convey some of the best practices. But we also see trends at scale, trends like the cost of audience aggregation, the performance of certain types of inventory, the effect of real-time bidding, the effect of an ad exchange on an ad network and how that works. These are things that Google has a unique insight into because we have businesses in each one of those sectors. So by helping our customers and partners understand what we're seeing as far as data metrics are concerned, it helps them craft their buying strategies and their own strategies. There are some association level contacts we have. Associations are looking at how they can pool the assets of their members to garner better value for their publishers and members of the association. So we can go in and look at their data assets and tell them what's important, what's not, how to package those, and use that packaging to apply to an ad exchange in order to get more value from the advertisers. So that's an example of working with associations who then work with their members to better understand how to formulate their thinking for sort of the new way media is going to be bought, which is a lot of automation between exchanges and ad networks and buying desks.
So where are we in that process of moving towards automation?
Well, I think the agencies are way ahead because they stand to gain the most in efficiencies. It's I think pretty evident. Everyone admit that the buying of the internet is much less efficient, very costly compared to other media. So a lot of the platform development is helping agencies be more efficient in buying. So they're way ahead of the curve and they're pushing the industry. They're ready to do automated buying through various bidding managers or buying desks. And they're probably a little too aggressive. I don't think the industry is quite there as far as the technology and capability is concerned. So the agencies are pushing, publishers are trying to understand it, and people like Google are trying to build the platform technology to make sure it all works. Not there yet, but a lot of desire on the agencies to push that model.